Decoding the Bhagavad Gita, Chapter-4, Jnana-Karma-Sanyasa Yoga, the Yoga of Knowledge and Renunciation of Action. Have you ever wondered, why do we keep repeating the same mistakes? Why do some people seem to have a natural understanding of life while others struggle? Is it enough to just act, or should we understand the deeper knowledge behind our actions? If karma binds us, is there a way to act without being trapped by its consequences? In Chapter 3, we learn about Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action. But Arjuna still has questions. How do I know if my actions are righteous? How do I act without being trapped in karma? In Chapter 4, Jnana-Karma-Sanyasa Yoga, the Yoga of Knowledge and Renunciation of Action, Krishna reveals the secret. Action without wisdom is blind, but wisdom without action is useless. The key is to unite both knowledge and action. This chapter is a deep blend of karma, wisdom, and renunciation. Welcome to Become ZeroMind, where we dissolve all illusions, entanglements, and find true freedom. In this series, we are decoding the Bhagavad Gita, one chapter at a time, not just summarizing, but diving deep into the wisdom hidden in its verses. Today, we explore Chapter 4, Jnana-Karma-Sanyasa Yoga, a chapter where Krishna reveals the secret of divine wisdom, the mystery of karma, and the path to ultimate freedom. Krishna's first lesson, the eternal wisdom. Krishna begins this chapter with a shocking revelation. He tells Arjuna, "This ancient wisdom of yoga I first taught to sun god, who passed it to the great kings, but over time it was lost, and now I reveal it to you." Arjuna is confused. Wait, Krishna, you were born just a few years ago. How could you have taught this to the sun god? And here Krishna reveals his divine identity for the first time. Yada yada hi dharmasyam glanin bhavati bharatam abhyudhanam adharmasyam tadatmanam srijamyaham. This is one of the most famous verses in the Gita. Arjuna, you and I have taken many births. You do not remember them, but I do. Though I am unborn and eternal, I choose to take birth whenever righteousness declines, whenever dharma declines and adharma rises. I manifest myself to restore balance. Krishna is telling Arjuna, I am not just your charioteer, I am the eternal consciousness that guides humanity. This wisdom is not new. It has always existed, but it is lost when people forget. Why is this important? Because Krishna is showing that the Gita is not just a battlefield conversation. It is the timeless knowledge of existence itself. Krishna's second lesson, the secret of karma. Arjuna now asks, Krishna, if you say we must act, then why do sages and saints renounce action? What is the real truth of karma? Krishna responds with one of the most powerful ideas in the Gita. He who sees action in an inaction and inaction in an action is truly wise. What does this mean? A wise person acts, it remains detached. So his action is actually inaction because he accumulates no karma. A fool renounces action but still thinks and desires. So even his inaction is an action because his mind is still bound. Let's apply this to real life. Suppose you are working on a project. If you do it for money or praise, you are bound by karma. But if you do it as a service without attachment, then even while working, you are free. This is karma sannyasa, renunciation of action, not by escaping work, but by acting with wisdom. Krishna's third lesson, the different paths of worship. Krishna now reveals another deep truth. Not all people follow the same path, but all paths lead to wisdom. There are four types of seekers. Number 1. The distressed, those who seek God only in pain. Number 2. The seekers of wealth, those who pray for material success. Number 3. The knowledge seekers, those who search for truth. Number 4. The wise ones, those who seek nothing but divine connection. Krishna says, all paths are valid, but the highest is wisdom. Why? Because the one who seeks wisdom is not looking for temporary benefits. He is looking for eternal truth. And here, Krishna gives a powerful statement. Whatever a person worships with faith, I strengthen that faith, but those who seek only material gains will get temporary results. The wise, however, attain the ultimate. This means if you seek wealth, you will get it, but it won't last. If you seek knowledge, you will get it and it will be set you free. Krishna's fourth lesson, the power of Yajna, sacrifice. Krishna now introduces a concept that is both profound and often misunderstood. Yajna or sacrifice. He tells Arjuna, all actions must be offered as a sacrifice. This is the secret to being free from karma. But what exactly is Yajna? Most people think of it as a fire ritual, where offerings like ghee and grains are made into a sacred fire, accompanied by chants. Some even believe Yajna involves sacrificing animals to please gods. But Krishna is clear, this is not the essence of Yajna. Let's dive deeper. How Yajna was misunderstood. Over centuries, the real meaning of Yajna has been reduced to external rituals, and its spiritual core has been lost. Here is how. Number 1. Misunderstanding Yajna as fire-only rituals. People began to believe that Yajna is only about performing havans, pouring clarified butter into flames, reciting mantras, and building altars. What Krishna meant is, fire rituals were symbolic tools to focus the mind, but the real fire is inside us. It is the fire of wisdom, discipline, and transformation. Yajna means offering every action, every thought, every breath to the divine. It is about consecrating your life, not just your kitchen ingredients. True Yajna happens in the heart, not in the fire pit. Second one, misunderstanding Yajna as animal sacrifice. In some practices, animals were sacrificed in the name of Yajna, under the belief that blood offerings please the gods. What Krishna meant is, Krishna's Yajna is non-violent, internal, and spiritual. It is about sacrificing your lower nature, your ego, desires, ignorance, and false self. The Gita repeatedly emphasizes ahimsa, non-violence, as a core value. Sacrificing animals contradicts this very essence. The real offering is not the life of another, but the transformation of oneself. Third one, misunderstanding Yajna as mechanical ritualism without meaning. Yajna became a mindless ritual performed without devotion, understanding, or inner alignment. People did it out of habit, tradition, or fear. What Krishna meant is, without intention, there is no spiritual value. Krishna calls for conscious offering, not empty rituals. Yajna is about the quality of the heart, not the quantity of the offerings. Even a silent moment of surrender is a greater yajna than hours of empty rituals. Fourth one, misunderstanding yajna as religious showmanship. Yajna turned into Grand social events, lavish, noisy, showy, the focus shifted from inner purification to outer performance. What Krishna meant is true sacrifice is silent, humble, and invisible to the world. It is the quiet giving up pride, greed, anger, and ego. Krishna says, offer yourself, not for others to see, but for your soul to be free. The true types of yajna according to Krishna. Krishna describes different types of yajna. Not one of them involves blood or blind rituals. Each is a path to spiritual evolution. Number 1. Dravya Yajna, sacrificing material possessions by giving to others. Number 2. Tapo Yajna, sacrificing comfort through discipline and austerity. Number 3. Jnana Yajna, sacrificing ignorance through the pursuit of wisdom. Number 4. Atma Samarpana Yajna, sacrificing the ego through surrendering to the divine. And Krishna declares, of all sacrifices, the sacrifice of knowledge is the highest. Why? Because knowledge destroys ignorance, the root of all bondage. When you truly understand reality, you no longer act out of fear, greed, or confusion. You act freely, lovingly, and wisely. Conclusion of the fourth lesson. So, the next time you hear the word yajna, don't picture a ritual or a fire ceremony. Picture this. True yajna is a sacred attitude, not a sacred altar. And in this spirit, Krishna urges us, let every action you perform be an offering. Let every breath be a prayer. That is the path to liberation. Krishna's fifth lesson. The four varnas, the fourfold division of the duties, a system manipulation. Now Krishna brings a concept that has often been misunderstood and manipulated, the fourfold varna system. He says, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagasya. I created the fourfold order based on qualities, gunas and actions, karma. What is Krishna really saying? He is not talking about birth-based caste. He is not dividing people into superior or inferior categories. He is describing a dynamic natural system where individuals contribute to society based on their inner tendencies, gunas, and chosen actions, karma. Let's understand these four varnas in their original spirit. Number 1. Brahmana, the thinkers, teachers, and seekers of truth, those with a dominant sattva guna, drawn towards knowledge, teaching, and contemplation. Their role is to preserve and transmit wisdom, but it comes with humility, not pride. Modern equivalents are scientists, philosophers, spiritual teachers. Second one, Kshatriya, the protectors and leaders, dominated by rajas and sattva guna, courageous, protective, and disciplined. Their dharma is to protect, lead, and uphold justice. Modern equivalents are soldiers, administrators, leaders with integrity. Third one, Vaishya. Their role is to create wealth, trade, and support society, driven by rajas and tamas. Enterprise, organization, material skill. Modern equivalents are entrepreneurs, business people, skilled traders. Fourth one, Shudra, those with tamas and service-oriented nature, grounded, loyal, hardworking. Their dharma is to support and serve to the other three through honest labor. Modern equivalents, laborers, service workers, anyone who serves the collective with the sincerity. Notice, nowhere does Krishna say these are fixed by birth. He says they are defined by qualities and actions, which means anyone can evolve from one varna to another as their consciousness grows. And Krishna is calling us to find our true guna karma, our nature, and live it fully and consciously. Krishna says clearly, even though I created this order, I am not bound by it. I remain beyond all action. Modern manipulation from dharma to division. So, how did this system designed to ensure harmony become a tool of operation? Over centuries, selfish individuals and institutions hijacked the varna system. They froze it into caste, a rigid birth based hierarchy that traps people instead of liberating them. What was meant to be fluid become fixed. What was meant to uplift become a means to dominate. This corruption has caused deep suffering. People denied dignity because of birth, others forced into roles they never chose. A society torn apart by ego and entitlement instead of united by duty and dharma. Let's be clear, Krishna never promoted casteism. He spoke of guna, quality, and karma, action, not jati, birth. In fact, some of the greatest saints in Indian history came from so called lower castes. Valmiki, the sage who wrote the Ramayana, was once a highway robber. Kabir, a great poet, saint, was born in a weaver's family. Ravidas, another awakened soul, was a cobbler by birth. They all proved that Krishna truly meant it's not where you are born, but how you live, think, and serve. What does this mean for us today? So, how do we apply this in modern life? Instead of judging people by labels, we must recognize their inner nature, their talents, and their sincerity. A janitor with dedication and peace in his heart may be closer to Brahmanic wisdom than a professor filled with pride. A soldier who serves without ego may be closer to Krishna's ideal than a so called spiritual guru chasing fame. Let's return to the original teaching. Let everyone express their dharma based on who truly they are, not who society says they should be. That is the real Gita. That is the real freedom. Final revelation. The ultimate freedom. Now Krishna gives Yajna the final key to liberation. Burn all actions in the fire of knowledge. Then, even if you are the worst sinner, wisdom will transform you. Krishna is saying knowledge is the great purifier. If you act without wisdom, you are trapped in karma. If you renounce without wisdom, you are still trapped. But if you act with wisdom, your actions no longer bind you. And finally, Krishna gives one last instruction to Arjuna. Doubt is your enemy. Arise, take up your sword of wisdom, and cut through ignorance. Stand up and act. What can we learn from chapter 4? This chapter teaches us 4 deep lessons. Number 1. Wisdom is eternal. True knowledge is not new. It has existed forever. Number 2. Karma is not about action. It is about attachment. The wise act without being bound. Number 3. Sacrifice. Yajna is the secret to freedom. Giving up ego and ignorance is the highest path. Number 4. Knowledge burns karma. The fire of wisdom can purify even the worst sinner. Number 5. Varna is about qualities and karma, not birth, and misusing it for ego or control is a betrayal of Krishna's vision. Krishna has now given Arjuna the key to action and wisdom, but there is still one question left. How exactly should we act in daily life? What is the perfect way to live? And in the next chapter, chapter 5, Karma-Sanyasa Yoga, the yoga of renunciation and action, Krishna answers this question. But before we move forward, ask yourself, can you practice working without attachment today? Just for one task, can you focus only on effort without worrying about results? Until next episode, let's reflect on this.